Okay? So, alam na natin kung from the third part of our video, so nalaman natin kung paano natin maglagay ng axis of reference. Okay? So, whether you use this axis of reference na ganyan, normal lang, x and y direction, your x is horizontal and your y is perfectly vertical. Okay? And then you can rotate the axis na ganito yung forma. Okay? Kahit nakatagilid. Okay? So for some problems like this, na yung members niya is perfectly horizontal at saka vertical, pwede mong gamitin to kaagad. Okay? So for most cases, ito yung magagamit mo for most problems. Yan. And then for convenience purposes, pwede mo ring gamitin to. Okay? Instead of na pwede nating isabay, okay? Sa makikita natin yung member ng force is patagilid, so pwede nating ipatagilid yung axis natin, yung both x and y axis natin, in order na ma-simplify natin yung problem. Okay? So but somehow, if you can also choose na hindi i-rotate yung horizontal and vertical axis. So it depends upon you. Okay? So for the convenience of the problem, so you have choices. Okay? So yan. Okay? So let's proceed. Yan. So yan yung ibig sabihin yan. Two force equations and one moment equation. Okay? So meron okay, so rest assured, okay? Yan yung normal. And then you have for two force equations and one moment equation. Yan. So, pwede ka ring instead na ganito, okay, na normal, pwede ka ring gumamit ng mag-moment ka ng dalawa at saka mag-summation ka ng forces sa isang, okay? So, pwede ka mag two moment equations and one force equation. Okay, so apat yung actually yung condition mo. For general case, ito yung pwede mong gamitin. Dalawang force, okay, two forces, and then one moment equation. So dalawang moment, okay, mag-sum up ka ng dalawang forces, mag-sum up ka ng forces along x and y axis at isang moment. And then pwede mo rin gamitin dito dalawang forces din at isang moment. Kaya lang pwede nang patakilid yung x and y axis mo. Pwede nang ganyan yung x and y axis mo. So meron kang x na patakilid. Okay? So pwede mong i-rotate yan kahit hindi ganyan yung forma. Pwede mong i-rotate na yung y is nandito. Pwede mong i-rotate na yung y is nandito, yung x is nandito. Okay, kahit anong rotation. So it depends on the situation. Ayan. Okay? So marami kang choice sa pag-solve ng may mga choice ka sa pag-solve ng problem. Okay, so for two forces and one moment, you can rotate. You can either use the x and y axis. Okay. And then, yan. So, pwede ka rin gumamit ng dalawang moment. Okay? Mag-sum up ka ng moment at two different points. At A. So, pagkatapos mong mag-sum up moments at A equals 0, pwede ka rin mag-sum up moments at another point, B. And then, mag-sum up forces ka at any axis. So, hindi lang itong f of x bar, okay, so at any x bar axis. Okay? And then, pwede ring tatlong moment. Mag-moment ka ng tatlo. At 3 different points para makuha mo yung para ma-solve mo yung problem. So, meron kang apat na choice. Pwede ito. Okay? So, ito muna yung unahin nyo. Kapag hindi gumana, ito yung gamitin mo. Pag hindi pa rin gumana, ito yung gamitin mo. And then, lastly, ito. Okay? So, this is more of prioritization. So, for most cases, dito pa lang solve na. Okay? So, yan. Memorize nyo yan. Okay. So, for concurrent forces system, pwede kang gumamit ng yung dalawang equation lang. Yan. Arbitrary x and y axis. So, just like what I said, itong kapag may x bar and y bar, okay, so kapag may x bar at y bar, yung x and y axis mo is posible nakatagilid, okay? Or hindi. So, pwede ring nakatagilid, pwedeng hindi, okay? So, as what have we previously discussed, okay? So, x and y bar are two non-parallel directions in xy plane, okay? So, you can have two moment equations. So, this is for concurrent force system. Pag sinabi natin concurrent force system, we have only two axes, okay? Summation of moment A and summation of moment B, okay? So, one force equation and one moment. So, pwede ring mag-sum up moments ka at a certain axis, and then mag-summation ka moment ka at a certain point. Okay? For parallel force system, pwede mong gamitin to, okay? So, applicable din to sa two-dimensional. Isang forces, one force equation and one moment equation. And then two moment equations. Okay, so medyo litan natin, okay. Medyo malaki. Okay. So, these are the steps in writing. Okay, lakihan natin ng konti. 175%. Okay. So, these are the three steps in the equilibrium analysis. The three steps in the equilibrium analysis of a body are: draw a free body diagram of the body that shows all of the forces and couples that act on the body. Then write the equilibrium equations in terms of forces and couples that appear on the free body diagram. And 3, solve the equilibrium equations for the unknowns. Okay? So, yan yung tatlong step natin. So, okay? So, this force system, okay? So, pwede to kapag statically determinate yung equations natin. Okay, ganyan. So, meron tayong problem dito. Okay? So, here, we have, so, sample problem 4.5. Okay, so the weight is attached to one end of a rope and passes over a pulley that is free to rotate about the pin A. The weight is held at rest by force T applied to the other end of the rope. Using the given free body diagram, FBD, show that T is equal to W and compute the pin reactions at A. Okay, so ito yung method of analysis natin. So, ito yung free body diagram natin at ito yung shape natin at ito yung free body diagram. So, kapag sinabi nating free body diagram, okay, repeat ko lang, nasa ganun is palagi nyong matandaan, kapag may free body diagram, tanggalin natin, okay? So, yung body lang, okay? So, kapag free body diagram, dalawa lang, okay? Yung forces Okay? Yung forces lang, forces, couples, saka yung body lang yung nandun. Okay? Ito lang yung one mo. Forces, couples, saka body. Couples or moment. Pwede mong tawaging moment. Okay? Pag moment or couple, forces, moment or couple, then body, yun lang yung itira mo. Yung the rest, tulad nito, yung supports, tanggalin mo yung supports. Tanggalin mo yung supports. Okay? You eliminate, okay? You just don't draw the supports. And then instead of drawing the supports, you put forces. Okay? So that's how we do that. Okay? So that's how we draw the free body diagram. Okay? So these are the mathematical details. So pwede kang mag-sum up moments at A. So ito yung A. So summation of moments at A is equal to 0. Okay? So by that, meron kang R. Okay? So fix tong R na to kahit saan. So TR is minus WR. Okay? So nag-assume siya na okay? So nag-assume siya na yung R, okay? So nag-assume siya na yung R is nag-assume siya na yung clockwise, okay? This is clockwise kasi umikot siya at the clock as positive. So if that is the case, itong T is positive, tsaka itong W is negative. So T is anywhere. Okay, so this is the moment arm here. The moment arm of T is R relative to A. Like this. Okay, so this is your R. So this is R and this is also R. Okay, so you have two R's. So that's why the moment arm of T is R and the moment arm of W is R. But somehow for W, it is rotating counterclockwise while T is rotating clockwise. So therefore, T times TR then minus WR. So why minus? Minus W because it is the W here is rotating relative to A counterclockwise while T is clockwise, so it's positive. So therefore, T is equal to W. Okay? So when we sum up forces at X is equal to 0, so we assume that to the right as positive, so AX, okay? So when we say AX and AY, so it is the force that acting on this support. Okay? So may AX at AY ka. Yan. So kapag ganyan, AX, kasi yung AX mo dito is to the right, so positive siya. So, AX plus T sine 30 degrees. Okay, bakit? Okay, so these are the, yan. This is T. Okay, so you can, okay, so you can break down it into components. So you can break down these things into components. So your TX here or is T sine 30 degrees and T cosine 30 degrees. But somehow, beware of the direction. Okay, so beware of the direction of your force system. Okay, so kaya nga when we sum up forces along horizontal, we have AX and then T sine 30. So both of them are positive. So, okay. So that's why we have AX plus T sine 30 degrees. Both of since, okay, from this one. Right one, okay. So, summation of forces along y-axis. So, AY minus T cosine 30 degrees minus W, okay? AY is positive, T cosine 30 degrees is negative, and W is negative. So, that's why, yeah, AY minus W minus T cosine 30 degrees is equal to 0. So, that's how you do it, okay? So, yan yung pag-solve mo, okay? So, therefore, AX is equal to negative 0.5 W, AY is equal to 1.866 W. So, that is the answer. So, ito pa. So, another problem. Okay, so the homogeneous 60 kilogram disc supported by the rope AB rests against a rough vertical wall. Okay, so please take note, meron siyang sinabi na rough, okay. Rough vertical wall. Okay, rough vertical wall. When we say the root rough, so there is friction. Okay? So when we say rough, there is a friction on that wall. Okay? So that's why, as you can see, you have FC and NC here because this is the vertical wall. So perpendicular to that is the normal force NC and parallel to that is the force FC. Okay? So since this ball is impending down, so therefore the direction of your FC is assumed to be upward because this disc is more likely to go downward. So and then we have the W. The W is, it's not written here, it's 60 kilogram times 9.81. So that's how you do it. It is equivalent to 588.6 Newton. Okay? And then we have another free body diagram for the rope. Okay? So the rope is similar to the cable. So it has a tension force that is acting away from the body. So that is how we do those things. Okay? So that is your free body diagram. Okay? So we just redictate the analysis. Okay? So if we sum out moments at B, it gives FC equals to 0. Okay, so he chose the point B here. So if we sum up, moment at B is equal to 0. So it gives FC is equal to 0. Why? So there is no other forces. Okay, so if sum up, moment at B is equal to 0, only FC has the moment arm. Okay, so FC will be multiplied by 150. But somehow, on the other direction, your W has no moment arm since it is located at B, so 0. And since this is horizontal, relative to that, there is no perpendicular distance between NC and B. So therefore, your NC has a moment arm of 0 also. So that's why your FC is equal to 0. Okay? So that's why your FC is equal to 0 as dictated here. And then if we sum up, forces at Y is equal to 0, upward as positive. Okay? So you can break down this T into components. So since the horizontal direction is 150 and the vertical direction is 200, we can say that, okay, so 150, so by applying um, proportionality, so 150 over 200 is equivalent to 3/4, okay? So if you do the calculation, so the horizontal, this is the horizontal over vertical. So the horizontal here is 3 and then the vertical is 4. So that's why 3 over 4 or 3/4, okay, or 4 over 3 if you do it vertical over horizontal. So it doesn't matter. So 3 here you put at the horizontal and 4 here is the vertical. So therefore your T component, your X component of T is 3 over 5 over T. Okay, so why? So because 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to 5. Okay? The square root of 3 squared over 4 squared is equal to 5. Okay? So this is a triangle. So we do it, okay? We do it 3, 4. So the hypotenuse is 5. Okay? So that's how we do it. And then, so from that time, okay, so we use it 3, 4, 5. So the ty here is 4 over 5t. Okay? So you can recheck it. So if we squared 3 over 5t squared and 4 over 5t squared, you will get t. Okay? So make sure that your t is equivalent to tx squared plus ty squared. Okay? So make sure. So therefore, if we check 0.6t squared plus 0.8t squared, which is equivalent to 4/5, 0.8, so it will become t. Okay? So that's how we break down the t into components. Okay? So I hope I will understand. So I will erase this one. So that's how we do it. So we break down. Okay, so we can sum up forces. Okay, so we can sum up forces along horizontal or x. So here, your x-axis here is, all the forces along x-axis is NC. Okay, so, and then we have minus 3/4 of the tension. Not 3/4, 3/5 of the tension is equal to 0. Okay? So that is how our x component. So let us see what is written in this book. Okay? So ganon din. Okay? So ganon din yung ginawa niya. NC minus 35T. Okay? So that is how you write the x-axis. But somehow, for y-axis, lagay natin dito. So we have 4/5 of T minus W. So the W is 588.6, so we can solve the W. So the W here is 588.6. So you equate that to 0. Okay, so this is the weight, 588.6 is the weight. So the tension could be solved. So the tension could be 735.8. Okay, so this is 735.8 Newton. So this is your answer. Okay, so after that, you replace NC here. You replace this value to this equation here at dito sa baba. So you can answer NC. So your NC according to your book, according to the book, is 441 Newton. Okay, so please check. Okay, so your NC here, okay, from this NC here is equivalent to 441 Newton. Okay, so we know that your FA is equal to 0. Okay, last time. So FA equals to 0. Okay, so because of that moment equation, that only FC has the okay, so if you remember, only FC has the moment arm, the NC and the W has no moment arm around B. Okay, so that's how we do it. Okay, so I hope you guys understand this part of the problem. Okay, so we proceed to the next problem. Okay, so this is the problem 4.7. Okay, so the homogeneous 120 kilogram wooden beam is suspended from ropes at A and B. So the power applies 500 Newton clockwise couple tightened to bolt C. Okay, so we have a couple here or a moment. So use the free body diagram to determine the tension in the ropes. Okay, so the free body diagram is easy. So you have two ropes, so you have two tension forces. Okay, and again, I repeat, kapag sinabi nating at a rope or cable, may tension forces siya. So the tension forces is always away from the body. Okay, so the forces is always away from the body. So this is your body, so parang nagtatampo yung force. So away siya. So yung arrow niya is pataas. So ganyan yung tension force. And then, huwag niyong kalimutan kasi may weight. So we have the weight which is equivalent. Okay? So para hindi niyo malimutan, kaya dapat ulit-ulitin. So your W is equivalent to 120 times 9.81. So that's why 177.2. Okay? And then our X and Y axis is here. Because why? Because it is perfectly horizontal. So your system here is perfectly horizontal. So there's no need to rotate the axis. Okay? So that's how we do it. Okay? So this is your method of analysis. Okay, so gawa tayo ng sarili nating analysis. Okay, so para hindi tayo malito mula dito sa no. Okay. So pwede kang mag-sum up ano yung ginawa niya dito. So nag-sum up siya at A. Sum up moment at A siya. Ito. So we can have ito hindi ko kailangan summation of moment at A is equal to 0. Okay? So, ito yung axis natin. So, paano natin isolve to? Simple lang. Okay? I-sum up all the moments at A is equal to 0. So, ibig sabihin, itong A walang moment arm. So, ito lang si B. So, therefore, si B here is TB. Okay, so, mag-assume tayo. Let us assume. So, ano yung in-assume niya? Counterclockwise is 0. Okay? Medyo lumabo. Okay. So, we can assume counterclockwise as 0. So, we can have TB multiplied by 4. Okay? Kasi itong TB na to, relative to A, parang magro-rotate siya ng positive, counterclockwise, kaya positive. So, TB minus 4. And then ano pa? So, since it is clockwise, ito clockwise man to, so minus 500. Okay? Kasi, nag-assume ka na counterclockwise yung positive. Itong moment dito sa point C is clockwise, kaya negative. So, we have TB is equal to 500 divide 4 is 125 Newton. So, ito yung answer natin kay TB. Yan. So, ano yung gagawin natin next? Nakuha na natin si TB. So, meron pa tayong TA. Okay? So, mag-sum up moment tayo. Okay? So, meron kang TA dito. So, meron kang tatlong force. TA, TB, tsaka TC. Okay? So, the other way around is mag-sum up moment ka at Y. Sabihin natin, okay? Upward as positive. So, we have TA, kasi upward to, then TB minus W is equal to 0. So, alam naman natin na si TB is 125. Then, si TA mo, si W mo is, ano yun? 1177.2. So, equate mo yan kay 0. So, masolve mo na si TA. So, check muna natin dito kung tama yung sagot natin kay TA. Okay, tama yung sagot yata natin. Okay, tama yung ginawa natin. So, therefore, our TA here, is 1,177. 1,177.2. So, therefore, we have 1,052.2 Newton. Yan. As TA. Tama ba? Okay. So, hindi tama yung sagot natin. So, ulitin natin, okay? So, okay. So, wag nating kalimutan i-check yung problem natin, okay? So, mag-sum up moment muna tayo kay A. Yan. So, yan yung, class. Yan yung hazard natin sa pagsosolve. Pwedeng mamali tayo minsan. Okay? So, kailangan nating i-consider lahat ng forces. So, nag-sum up moment ka dito kay A. Okay? So, just a review. And then, we have TB. So, TB has a moment arm of 4. Meron tayong moment na negative 500. At meron tayong W. Okay? Medyo nakalimutan natin si W. 1,177.2 times 3 is equal to 0. So, makuha natin si TB. Yung TB natin, yung TB natin is 1,007.9. Okay, so accordingly, 1,007.9 Newton. Upward. Dapat may direction ka, so upward. So, ito yung TB. Okay. So, live tayo, nagkamali. Okay, so pwede ka na din mag-summation of forces at Y. Upward is positive. Okay? So, sana nakuha nyo nagets nyo yung ibig kong sabihin. So, dito, meron kang tatlong forces. Tatlo to, may TA ka, may TB, tsaka W. TA plus TB minus W is equal to 0. Okay? So, wag nyong i-check nyo palagi kung nagsosolve kayo. So, yung TA mo is okay? Check ko lang yung para hindi tayo magkamali. So, TA natin is hindi natin alam. Ito yung unknown. Yung TB is 1,007.9. Yung W natin is 1,177.2 equals to 0. So, therefore, kapag minus mo na yan, and then ilipat mo sa kabila, so, yung sagot mo is 160 plus. So, 169.3. Okay. So, it has 169. Okay, equal to sa kay 0. 169.3 Newton. Yan yung solution natin. Okay? So, isang moment lang, saka isang forces. Okay? So, yan yung sagot natin. TB is 1,007.9 and TA is 169.3. Okay? So, huwag kayong matakot kung saan yung nauna. Posible nauna nyo yung mag-sum up forces at Y. So, may dalawang forces ka. Then, later mo na lang i-resubstitute yung forces dito. Okay? So, wag kayong matakot. So, saan kayo convenient? So, pwedeng unahin nyo tong summation of forces at Y, tsaka ka muna mag-summation of moment at A. Anyway, pag nakuha mo TA plus TB is equal to 1,177.2, then, pag nag-sum up moments ka at A, nakuha mo si TB, i-resubstitute mo doon sa naunang equation na hindi mo na-solve. Okay? So, be not afraid. Okay? So, the only thing you should do is to practice. Okay? So, yan yung, So, ito yung solution natin. Yan yung solution niya. Okay? So, it depends. Okay? So, ganyan yung pagka-solve niya. Okay? So, pwede rin kayong mag-assume ng different direction. So, dito, nag-assume siya na counterclockwise as positive at forces upward as positive. You can assume the other way around, na downward yung negative, tsaka clockwise yung positive. It doesn't matter. No? It doesn't matter. Yung equation mo is hindi eksaktong ganito, but your answer should be the same. Okay? So iba yung magiging solution mo, pero yung answer mo dapat isa rin. Dapat makuha mo to, 1,007.9 Newton at 169.3 Newton. Okay? So anyway, let's proceed. Maybe ito na yung last nating example. Then, basahin nyo na lang yung iba. So ito. Okay. So ito, patagilid siya. Okay? You can assume, but somehow dito sa solution niya, X and Y axis yung na normal yung ginamit niya. So bakit? Kasi okay? So looking upon this problem, okay? So a 420 pounds homogeneous log is supported by a rope at A and loose fitting rulers at B and C as it is being fed into a sawmill. So calculate the tension in the rope and reactions at the rulers using the given free body diagram. So which rulers are in contact with the log? Okay, so ito. Yan. So as you can see, meron kang cable dyan, saka meron siyang given na weight. Yung weight niya is 420 pounds. Okay. So, hindi ito siya SI. Ano to siya? US customary units yung ginagamit. Okay. Ginamit natin yung mga free body diagram. So, meron kang tension pataas, then meron kang weight pababa, 420 pounds. So, we have NB and NC here. Okay? So, ito kasi okay. So, posible nagtataka kayo bakit nandito yung NB tsaka NC. So, please take note when you are writing the free body diagram. So, ano yung mga forces na involved? Okay? So dito sa case na to, meron kang rope, kaya pataas. So, meron kang ruler dito, kaya yung NC mo is, so ito yung ruler, ito yung slide. So, meron kang NB tsaka NC. Kasi B to, kaya NB. Kaya NC to, kaya NC. So, you might ask, bakit wala doon sa kabila, sir? Di ba dapat may ruler din sa kabila? May NB and NC din? So, pwede ka, okay, pwede din NB tsaka NC dito. Kaya lang, they are the same forces. As you can see, magkabilaan lang sila. Okay? At ito yung body mo. So, therefore, nag-a-assume ka. Okay? Nag-a-assume ka kung anong direction. So, pwedeng i-assume mo dun sa kabila. Okay? So, this NB and NC are debatable kung anong direction siya. So, pwedeng ganito yung forma niya na pag ganito, pwede rin pag ganyan. Okay? So, but somehow, this is your body, so we neglect this. Okay, sorry. Okay, tumalon. Sana yun? Sorry, tumalon. Ay. Okay, pasensya na, tumalon. Yan. Yan, ito. Oops. Okay. So, yan. Pasensya na, tumalon. Yan. So, NP, tsaka NC, then T. So, yan. So, itong kinuha natin is doon lang sa kabila kasi ito lang yung body natin. Saka itong dito sa kabilang side, ano na siya? Nasa kabilang side na siya. So, hindi siya part ng body kaya you neglect this one. Yan. Kaya ito lang yung forces natin. Of course, huwag mong kalimutan yung weight. Yung weight is nag-a-act sa centroid. Okay? Kaya 7.5 dito and 7.5 doon sa taas. Okay? 2.5 plus 5 is 7.5. Kaya nasa sentro siya. Okay? So then you can have a summation of forces on X and Y axis on both X and Y axis. Okay? So ito yung solution niya. Okay? So ito yung solution niya. Okay? So tingnan natin yung solution dito sa libro. Okay? Nag-sum up forces siya at X direction. Then to the right as positive. Kaya yung NB tsaka NC is negative. Okay? So, so cosine 30 degrees mo siya. Okay? Kaya ganun yung summation of forces X niya. Okay? So, isulat natin dito. To the right as positive. So, yung NB kasi dun sa kabila. So, negative. NB cosine 30 degrees. Then, negative NC cosine 30 degrees. Meron pa bang ibang forces? So, wala na. So, yan yung isang equation mo. So, kapag nilipat mo yan, okay, so we get NB is equivalent to negative NC. So, yan. So, tingnan natin yung solution niya. So, hindi niya nilagay. Pero, you can deduce. Okay? Ilipat mo doon yung NB, ilipat mo yung NC doon. So, magkaiba yung direction dapat ni NB tsaka ni NC. And then, the next thing you do is mag-sum up forces ka ulit. Kasi puro forces, walang moment. You can have, okay. So, you can have, sorry, erase ko muna since nandun naman yung sa ibaba yung solution. So, pwede nyong tingnan. So, summation of forces y equals 0. So, we have T, kasi pataas, then minus W. Yung W natin is 420, kaya pababa. And then we have, okay, minus, yung anong yung NB, yung NB natin, yung y component niya is pababa din, kaya minus NB sine 30 degrees, and then minus NC sine 30 degrees is equal to 0. Yan yung summation of forces along y direction natin. Kapag, okay, so kapag nag-summation of forces y ka, okay, so wag kayong matakot, okay, so may mga posibilidad kasi nag-sum up forces at along y direction ka tapos hindi mo magamit yung equation. Later on, pwede mo magamit. So, yan yung nagporma ka ng summation of forces at y direction. So, pwede kang mag-summation of moments along a certain point. Okay. So, this is just for constructing equation purposes para alam nyo kung paano. So, ano yung solution ng libro? So, gumamit yata siya ng isang moment. So, nag-summation of moment siya at A. So, summation of moment at A is equal to 0. Okay, to the, let us say to the right as positive. Ito, counterclockwise as positive. Ano yung inassume niya dito? Tingnan natin. Clockwise yung sa kanya. Okay? So, pwede rin magamit mo ng clockwise. Okay? So, para makarelate kayo dun sa libro. Okay? So, ganyan. So, since positive yung clockwise, so itong W is positive din. So, W, which is 420, i-multiply mo na yung moment arm. So, ano yung moment arm niya? 7.5. Hindi yung 7.5. Dapat, kasi vertical to, dapat horizontal. Horizontal. So, this is 7.5. Okay, so this will be 7.5. Opposite niya yung angle, so sine 30 degrees. Yan. 7.5 sine 30 degrees. And then, multiplied by NB. Okay. Meron tayong, okay. I-times natin ang NB. So, yung NB mo is clockwise. So, NB, kung nakita nyo yung direction yung NB is pag ganun siya. And then, meron siyang perfectly horizontal distance. So, yung NB, multiply mo kaagad ng 10. Okay? Hindi mo na kailangan i-break down into components. Kasi yung NB is, although nakadagilid siya, given na yung perpendicular distance niya from A, which is 10. Kaya, NB plus 10. And then, NC, given na rin doon, ito yung direction niya, pero yung perpendicular distance niya from A is given na rin, 7.5 plus 2.5 plus 5 is 15. Is equal to 0. Kaya ganyan yung resulta. Okay, so this is 10, saka this is 15. Okay? Yan. Sana naintindihan niyo kung bakit. Bakit ganyan yung equations niya. Okay, so tingnan natin doon sa baba kung paano niya ginawa. Okay. So, ganyan yung equation niya. So, to make the long story short, okay, so, nakuha mo na, meron tayong previous equation na NB is equal to negative NC kanina, and then by algebraic manipulation, dapat yung makuha mo na forces, okay, So, dapat, ang makuha mo na forces is ito. 315 pounds and negative 315 pounds. So, yan. Okay, so you can use two equations and two unknowns. Okay? Ito, tsaka ito. Okay? So, pwede mo itong malipat yung NB dito. So, magiging NB. Okay? So, i-bridge natin yung, yung equation niya. So, NB is equal to negative NC here. So, magiging negative NB equals negative NC ito. And then, pwede mo itong dito para makuha mo yung NB. So, since NB is equal to NC, so you can also say NC is equal to NB. So, pwede mo siyang simplify. So, plus 10 NB, okay, plus 15 negative NB, okay, is equal to 0. So, kaya yung mangyayari dito, 420 times 3.75, okay, 10 NB, then negative 15, so negative 5 NB equals 0. So, therefore, kapag sinimplify mo siya, 5 to a 5. So, 5 NB, 420 times 3.75 divided 5, magiging 315 siya. And since NB is equal to negative NC, kaya nagiging 315 pounds siya. So, yan yung kung paano kinuha yung solution. Okay, so I hope meron kayong naintindihan. Okay, so somewhere in this series, we will solve actual problems from this PDF book. Again, by Engineering Mechanics Statics 3rd edition by Andrew Paitel. Okay, so sana may naintindihan kayo. So, dyan muna tayo sa video na to.